Volume 2, Hadith 757, narrated Abdullah bin Abu Bakr bin Amr bin Hazm, that Amra bint Abdurrahman had told him Zayd bin Abu Sufyan wrote to Aisha that Abdullah bin Abbas had stated, "Whoever sends his hadi, sacrificial animal, to the Kaaba, all the things which are illegal for a pilgrim become illegal for that person till he slaughters it, till the 10th of Dhul Hijjah." Amra added, Aisha said, "It is not like what Ibn Abbas had said. I twisted the garlands of the sacrificial animals of Allah's apostle with my own hands. Then Allah's apostle put them round their necks with his own hands, sending them with my father. Yet nothing permitted by Allah was considered illegal for Allah's apostle till he slaughtered the sacrificial animals." And it's understandable that if one did not know the circumstances with that year, they would have presumed that the case was the same as when the pilgrimage was made, because the Prophet certainly commanded that for those who went on the pilgrimage. And they're not saying that Ibn Abbas described that circumstance. Chapter 28 of Book 26. Jalallahu Ka'batal Baytal Harama Qiyamal Linnas wa Shahrul Haram, and onward through the rest of that verse. And so just like Ramadan is compulsory, we need to remember that even after Gog, Magog start causing their problems, the people will still perform the pilgrimage. Now, 14 countries are going to have their visas cut off, or opportunity for the visas, after the current pilgrimage season. So Saudi Arabia is going to oppress those people. And there are narrations that tell you that you should go on pilgrimage having your resources, not sneaking in and seeking to beg your way through the pilgrimage. But for the Saudis to exclude countries is just not right. And the misassociators they can excuse very explicitly. And most people would say people aren't Muslim in general. In chapter 29, prophesies about a darker person that was going to lead the dismantling of the Kaaba, which, happened within the century. And then there was the Karamite. I forget what the non-Englishized version of that Karamite name is. In chapter 30. And, the kissing and touching of the black stone in the corner, this was done because it was seen that Prophet Muhammad did it. And there's a lot of people holding up Qurans and kissing them and stuff like this. And, well, that's not given the example, but, some of this stuff depends on your intention. But repeating something because the Prophet did it, it's permissible. other stuff, there can be the difference of opinion. And why is that difference of opinion? I've faced a lot of stuff through the years of people not, oh, it's just someone had an opinion. Like, particularly recently with the Eid prayer, I was basically told, there must be a hadith. And I found one, but for the most part, the opinion wasn't because there was something the Prophet said. It's because a bunch of people after the Prophet had the opinion. And the vast majority didn't have that opinion, but there was like 12 people or something like that, including, from the third generation. And chapter 31 reminds that Prophet Muhammad didn't always enter the Kaaba when he went to Mecca. Chapter 32 reminds us that just because people did something at a sacred place doesn't mean it's at all acceptable. Certainly the games of chance, the graven images, the gambling, and the idolatry had nothing to do with, something acceptable. So all that stuff was removed. It didn't matter what their tradition was. But, the building was kept as is because it's like, why disrupt things and cause issues with the people when it's not of any particular merit? But when there's the rebuilding project, I think we should, I think it was better just to rebuild it as is. As it was, as we're told. Chapter 33 reminds us of when, the misassociators were concerned that people were coming on pilgrimage. And the fast walking at that time was not required.